Okay, so welcome. My name is Becky Dale with Minnesota Communities Caring for Children. We're really happy to see you all. I think I see some new names, which I'm excited about. I hope that you all will share the word. We can host up to 300 people, so we welcome more folks, and we welcome families especially. So if you're joining with young people in your home today, we welcome that, and we're doing our best to make it friendly for all who might wish to join. So we have a pattern that we follow. We usually start with a breathing practice together, and then we do some other longer self-regulation and co-regulation practice. And then we have conversations in smaller groups so everybody gets a chance to talk to somebody. And then we come back together for a closing breathing practice. And our hope is that we are building our own skills at self-regulation. We are practicing co-regulation and relationship together and community at this time of social distancing. We know those are core protective systems that help us face any challenges. And so we're facing those together. So thank you again for being here with us to practice today. So today, I don't know about you all, but I have been receiving in email lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of things that I can try and to use to help in this period. And I actually wanted to share one of them that I got today from Susan Kaiser Greenland. And if you're familiar with her, she does lots of mindfulness practices for families, for adults and youth together. And I'm going to put in the chat box the link to the what I'm referring to today as a resource so that you all can access it later if you want to. I don't know if that's it. I think that might be the wrong thing. Hang on a second. You know, it's not. There it is. This is a recent newsletter that she sent, and in it she offers lots of great things to do. And we're going to start with a breathing exercise that she calls stop. So the S is for stopping whatever you're doing. So we're all kind of doing that together. We've set aside our whatever we're working on today, and we're doing the S of stopping. The T stands for taking deep breaths. So we're going to just take a few deep breaths in through our nose and out through our mouth. So let's just all do that together, taking a couple deep breaths. So then the O is to observe what's happening in your mind and your body and your emotions while you continue to breathe. So we're going to take 3 or 4 more deep breaths. And while you're doing that, just notice whatever's happening in your mind, your body, and your emotions. So here we go. And then finally, the P is to proceed with our day while still thinking about how we feel about everything that's going on. So again, it's something that we offer that you're sharing that you can try on your own and use throughout your day, and remembering to stop, to take some deep breaths, to observe what's happening with your body, mind, and emotions, and then proceed with your day. So today it's all me. So we're not going to be changing around who's leading. So I'm going to try to include you guys more in that so we have more voices. And so what I'm going to ask is, so the activity that we're going to do today is another one that she suggests called Fun House Mirrors. And Susan Kaiser Greenland has a whole bunch of mindful games that are available. And I went looking at her website some last night and ordered her cards that she has of mindful games you can do. So I wanted to share that as a resource for you, but I'm also inviting everybody today to help lead this. So if you have a camera and are willing to share it, I would invite you to share your camera now. And I'd also invite you to look at the gallery view so we can see more of us. And so what this activity is called Fun House Mirrors. And she suggested that you could do it with people, with your families or whomever you're sheltering at home with. What I thought we could do is try it a little bit on Zoom. And basically it's a game where we slowly mimic each other. And so somebody is the leader, and whomever is the leader, also so that you stay on the screen, we'll ask you to describe what you're doing verbally. Now, I think, Jenna, for this purposes, you probably don't need to you don't need to type everything that's happening, everything someone's saying they're describing, because anybody who's participating without sound can see and mimic. But we're going to say what we're doing for anybody who may be joining by phone. So if you're joining by phone, I invite you to put your phone on speaker and listen and follow along with what we're doing as well. Okay? So if it's possible to move a little further away from your camera so you can see more body, I will start as the leader and I will describe what I'm doing. And so we mindfully try to move so that we're all moving together as one. So let's just try it. I'm just going to raise my right arm up, and I'm inviting everybody to follow along with me, and I'm moving it up over my head and back slowly down to my side. So now I'm going to do the same thing with my left arm. I'm going to bring my left arm up, and I'm going to move it slowly over my head, and I'm going to pause just to the left of my head, and I'm going to wiggle my fingers. And then I'm going to bring it over my face, so the palm is facing my face, and I'm going to move it back down in front of my body. And so we're paying attention to each other. I forgot my quote. I was going to read earlier, a quote from Susan Kaiser Greenland. And the quote is this: mindfulness is paying attention with kindness to yourself, other people, and the world around you. I'll say it again. Mindfulness is paying attention with kindness to yourself, other people, and the world around you. And that's Susan Kaiser Greenland. So I'm wondering if someone would be willing to be the leader and do the same thing. So we will pay attention with kindness to one another, and somebody else can lead in this game. You could unmute yourself and say, I'll do it, or you can wait. Oh, Sarah raised her hand and is willing to do it. So I'm gonna mute myself so I don't end up back on the screen. And we're all gonna, play Funhouse Mirror with Sarah as our leaders.
So I'm gonna start moving. I'm gonna put both my hands on my tummy. And then I'm going to move them up vertically. And then open them up around my head and wiggle my fingers. Then with my right hand, I will pat my head. And with my left hand, I will circle my tummy. Then I will stop. Then I will bring both hands to my cheeks and circle my hands like a little small massage. Then I move my hands up to my scalp and give myself a nice scalp massage with circles. Then I will put my hands down to my side. And that's it.
Thank you, Sarah. Barb Sorum, I'm wondering if you might be willing to try leading us from the phone. Now, one of the goals of this game is to not be able to tell who the leader is. Now, of course, when we're talking, we can tell, but we're trying to follow each other so closely that we're really paying attention and we're sort of moving as one. Barb, I will unmute you on my end. There. Now, can you speak?
Yes, can you hear me?
I can. Would you be willing to try and lead us from the phone?
So I haven't been able to, I have to close the door because my dog is barking. Haven't been able to see what you're doing, but
Right.
I will try.
Yes. Well, this is how do we have community across multiple formats? So we will do what you tell us to. You do what you do something and describe it and we'll follow along.
Okay, so I am sitting and I am going to bring my right foot up so my leg is straight out. I will now bring my left foot up so both of my legs are straight out in front of me. I am wiggling my toes. And crossing my legs now with my left foot on the floor and my right leg over my left leg. I am folding my hands in, I guess, prayer style and placing them on my knee. You want me to continue?
That's great. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. So could we have one more? I think we have time to do one more short one before we go into conversation. Somebody else like to lead us?
I can do it.
Great. Lisa, yes?
All right.
Thank you. I'm going to mute myself again so that you.
All right. All right, everyone, we're going to do a big yawn. And now, taking our hands over our head and doing a stretch and a bend back at whatever's comfortable, getting our shoulders loosened up a little bit, doing a little pulsing as we do that. And then our hands come back around our head and down, and placing them on our lap.
Wonderful. Thank you. Okay, so I am going to put everyone into breakout rooms now for a little bit of conversation. Just gotta get that set up here. So we will take about 7 minutes to talk to someone in a small group. You can talk about what this experience was like for you. You could talk about what you noticed when you were doing the breathing, about what emotions or sensations or thoughts might be present, or whatever else is present for you right now. It's just an opportunity to connect and build community. So I will head you into rooms now. You should, if you haven't done this before, you'll get a pop-up to join the room. And I may move people around if only one person joins a room, so nobody's in a room. Okay, I think we have everyone back. So before we do our closing breath, I'm wondering if there's anything anyone would like to share with the group. If you have any observations or something, we have a couple minutes available for share backs. Anything that came up in your small group or that's on your mind.
I would just say, keep doing this, Becky. It's wonderful.
Thank you. And we'd love it if you spread the word. I mean, we really love to, we're working hard to try and make it family friendly. So we'd love it when kids come too. So if you know of families that would appreciate it, and or if you have ideas for us about how to improve it, we are open and wanting to be accessible to as many people as who would find it useful.
Yeah, on that topic, this is Terry from Duluth, and I'm involved in a group somewhat that's been trying to start up and obviously has gotten behind on this thing. It's actually called Community Inclusion. And I just got an email, Jeff Mortimer from Residential Services Incorporated, he's kind of the one heading it up, and it's Minnesota based, so it's my intent to let him know and he can pass it on to the others if that's
great. Thank you. Well, and as you know, we know some people don't have great internet connection, so that's why we're working with trying to make sure it's phone accessible too. So if you know people who would love to join but don't have a strong enough internet connection, the phone numbers on the on our website as well. All right, well, I think we will do our closing breaths, and then as always, we'll stay around for a few minutes for anybody else who wants to give us any feedback or talk about anything else too. So this is another breathing that I found on Susan Kaiser Greenland's website. So that's the theme of today. And we start with our hands on top of our heads. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna sort of fill up a bubble around our heads. So as we breathe in, we'll lift our arms up and we fill our lungs deep. And then we hold it for a second at the top and then we let it out. And put our hands on our heads again. And with the second breath, like notice our shoulders and maybe invite our shoulders to relax a little bit as we breathe in the second time. And for the last one, I'm going to say our theme saying, pause and take a breath. We are all connected and we will get through this together. Thank you and have a great day.